Hello guys. What happened in the 4th episode of the Death's Game series that we watched today? I will remind you what happened at the end of the 3rd episode. Choi's soul went to the body of a baby in the 6th opportunity. You can also know the details about the mystery accident. Let's go to the video. Episode 4 of Death's Game begins with the crime scene mentioned earlier and then goes to baby JJ who is crying in the restaurant. Now comes to the main story of episode 4. You may remember that Choi is in this baby's body. The child's mother consoles the child and apologizes to the rest of the restaurant for the disturbance. After leaving, the mother screams in panic in the car, angry that the child keeps bothering him, much to Choi's surprise. When they get home, the mother violently throws the child onto the seat, leaving Choi surprised at his current state. Because a mother can do this to her child. A man Choi assumes is the child's father seems friendly enough, but before long, he takes a turn for the worse when she starts feeding him expired food and yells at the child as he spits out the food. Making matters worse, the mother starts smoking inside the house, but luckily, the police arrive. The police officer and the woman are in child protective custody, and the children's hospital has been notified of a possible child abuse situation and has come to follow up. The baby's father is a child protection officer, so the police officer and the child protection officer have to leave, but Choi's joy is instantly short-lived. The only way Choi can try to get the policeman's attention is by crying, which makes the mother even more angry. She blames the child for all the misfortunes that have befallen her since the child was born, and the mother strangles the child to death with a pillow. Death put Choi in the baby's body for a reason. Choi took his life for granted by choosing death over life, and some people don't even live long enough to make a choice. As usual, Choi wakes up at the gates of hell. At this time, Choi asks Death why the child didn't have the plaque or why not. Death says that such a small child has no memories and abilities and that's why there was no plaque. Choi is very angry. Choi asks Death if there are such evil parents in this world. Death says that not everyone gets a good mother and father. Even if you got a loving mother, you killed yourself without even thinking about her. Choi is dumbfounded by that question. Death also says that you cannot kill anyone in these situations. If you try to do so, I will intervene. Choi is not clear about the reason Mohem said. Maybe Death told about something terrible to happen. Let's see. Choi is eager to move on to his next life and Death fulfills his wish. He finds himself outside the station where he has 15 minutes left to get his money before it is confiscated by putting it in a locker. Choi doesn't care about anything else as he runs into the building and gets to his locker just in time. He finally sees his new body in a mirror and is pleased with his good looks and soothing voice. At the same time, this person's memories and abilities come and hit Choi's head. This person's name is Jang Jeon-yu, 24 years old. This person is a model. He is a good-looking man who is easily attracted to both men and women. He is a model and rich. Later, Choi goes to the house of this person named Jeon-soo. Choi realizes that Jeon-soo has a lot of money. There is a newspaper in Jeon-soo's house saying that the parents have caught the police to kill the child. Choi is also angry at this time. But Choi's problem is not the same. Choi knows that the person who owns this body is going to die soon. This time when Choi invites him to a party, he begins to wonder how he will die. Rather than stay at home stressing about death, Choi decides to party. The host of the party is Taekang CEO Park Tae-yu. Choi thinks he looks familiar, but doesn't think so, and decides to party hard. The next morning, Jang Gun-yu's brother wakes him up, reminding him that he promised to take care of the cafe while Jang Yu goes to the States for a week. He works for a day and thinks of leaving when Jang Gun-yu's brother goes to the colony. The day begins with Lee Jisoo visiting the cafe, surprising Yi-jae. When she goes to the restaurant, Choi flashes back to their life as his boyfriend, the first meeting where he decides to leave her. He asks Gun-yu's older brother if she comes to the restaurant often, and he informs him that she does every day until it closes. He also tells him that she is an author. Choi searches for her name, and an article comes up about when she won a contest. She had said that after winning a competition, the first thing she thought of was her boyfriend who believed in her the most. Flashback to Choi encouraging Suwa when she writes pop on his head. He remembers the envelope she gave him before they parted and learns that it is the prize money. Choi rushes to the library to get Jisoo's book, and while reading it, he discovers that some situations are similar to their time together. Back at the restaurant, a young girl runs into Jisoo and talks to her aunt with a man and a woman. Choi realizes that the man who broke up with her is Jisoo's older brother. He decides to keep the cafe open while Gun-yu's brother is out for Jisoo. Yi Choi grows closer to Jisoo by telling his story of reincarnation as a fictional character, and begins to look forward to their story time every day. An accident occurs one night after Choi drops Jisoo off, and he overhears several customers saying that the victim frequents the restaurant. Thinking it might be Jisoo, Choi rushes to the crime scene and is even more scared when she sees a broken red umbrella similar to the one he gave her at the scene. Luckily, Jisoo was unharmed, and she opens up about what she went through the day Choi decided to kill herself. The next day, Soo visits Choi, and for the first time, Choi In-guk's body goes to his resting place and runs into his mother. He hears his mother crying in the restroom and breaks down. Later, he pretends to be Choi's friend and sends money to his mother, and a sign that he is dying falls off the hinges and dies, but it turns out to be just a dream. After his next meeting with Soo, he offers to walk Jisoo to her house, reminiscing about the times he walked hand in hand with her. Choi realizes that the reason people fear death is that there is no tomorrow, so he decides to tell her about his girlfriend of 7 years. Choi confesses that he is the man in the stories he tells her, and that his first life was as Choi. Soo can't accept this, but Choi tells her special things about their lives. But a red car rushes in their direction and both of them have an accident. Jisoo dies immediately, but Choi bides his time and realizes that one person has been constant in all of his previous deaths, TVING CEO Park Tae-yu, who realizes that Jang Gun-yu is not dead, so he kills him. But Yi-jae wakes up at the gates of hell as usual. He is devastated and angry. He vows to kill Park Tae-yu, but first, he decides to escape death. He runs to the table, grabs the gun and shoots Death. This is how the 4th episode of this Death Game series ended. Choi shot Death with Death's pistol. What terrible things will happen first? See you in the next episode. See you again.